Timer scripts are great for repetitive tasks that need to happen over and over again. They're available at both the client as well as the gateway scope here. For this video, I'm going to focus on the gateway scope though, so I will double click on the gateway event scripts section over here in my project browser. And under timer, you can see I already have a script defined. Let's take a look at some of the settings on this timer script here. I'll just double click on the script. And you can see the name, you can see that is currently disabled. I'm going to enable it so we can take a look at it in action in just a moment. And there's also a delay. Now what the delay does depends on what you have selected for the delay type property down below. When using a fixed delay, we'll try to maintain the delay period here in between each execution of the script. So let's say that the script here takes a long time to execute. It takes 500 milliseconds. So we'll wait for the script to finish executing, and then we'll wait the full delay period again. So in actuality, this script would only really be executing once every 1.5 seconds. The fixed rate delay type here, on the other hand, tries to maintain this schedule here under delay as closely as possible. So again, in that same scenario, if the script takes 500 milliseconds to execute, once it finishes executing, we'll wait the remaining 500 milliseconds until we reach the delay period and then spin up a new execution of the script. Now, fixed rate is potentially dangerous as we could miss executions. So a more extreme example would be if the script took 2 seconds to finish executing. With the same delay period of 1000 milliseconds here, we'll actually miss the delay period partway through our current execution. Now, fortunately, we don't stack up concurrent executions in the event that we miss a delay period. So you're not going to run the system out of memory with a bunch of queued up executions that we're unable to run in a timely manner. But as a best practice, we generally recommend that your fixed rate scripts are given plenty of time to finish executing. Now, our last setting would be the threading setting. There are shared and dedicated options. When set to shared, all timer scripts that are also set to shared will use the one same thread to execute within. Shared would be the preferable option as we're not spending extra memory to spin up additional threads. However, if our script takes a long time to finish executing, it could potentially block up that one thread and prevent other scripts from executing in a timely manner. So in that scenario, it'd be a good idea to use the dedicated threading option. As a general rule of thumb, if your script is very quick to execute, it should use the shared threading. If it needs some time, you should switch it over to the dedicated threading. Now I'm going to click OK here to enable my script. I'll go ahead and select it again, and you can take a look at what it's doing. I'm using system util getlogger to create a logger and sending a hello message to the diagnostic logs on the gateway. So we'll click OK down below. I'll save my project, and let me bring up the gateway over here so we can take a look at it in action. Now I'm in the status section of the gateway. If I scroll down, I'm under diagnostics and logs. And you can see my test script over here is printing my hello message, and it's coming on at a 1 second rate over here. Now, let's go ahead and see what happens when an error occurs. So I'm going to bring my designer back up real quick. And I'm going to head back to the gateway event script section one more time. I'll select my script, and I'm going to put a little typo in here, just to make sure that this fails. So I'll click the OK button, we'll save the project one more time, head back to my gateway. And there we are. We can see that there is an error that came up for my timer script task here. It's telling me the project, the name of the script as well, the rate, and it's also letting me know that repeat errors of this type will be logged as debug messages, so they're not going to just show in here by default. So it's very important to keep this in mind here. If you have a timer script that fails in the middle of the night when no one's around, you'll have to check the logs for that time period to be able to find the issue. Now fortunately, we do have a bunch of tools to kind of help you filter by specific time ranges, and you can do some searches and so on. But I did want to point out that, again, under the status section over here, under System and Gateway Scripts, you can see I'm in the timer section of this Gateway Scripts page here. I got some information down below about my currently running Gateway Scripts. You can see it's errored, and if I scroll down a little bit further, you can actually see the logging specific to this subsystem. So we give you plenty of tools to be able to troubleshoot and diagnose these kinds of problems.